Hey guys, welcome for the third game that opposes Downfall to Starflark, the top 50 world to the top 29. Here we are in a show match from HAG, guys, and this is a very good matchup. I have to say, this is very close between those two players. They are very good tonight, and we're gonna see a very good match up in Enlightened Horizon. We're gonna see Starflark that is playing the Knights Templar versus Downfall that is playing the Ottomans. It feels like a very good matchup for Ottomans, and I have three civilizations, in my opinion, that are very good in this on this map. And I think House of Lancaster is the best one because it deals with the Ottomans and the Knights Templar. And it feels like Knights Templar is a good civilization on this map, but I'd rather play the Ottomans here. Why? Because the Sipahis are so good that they can deal with the Knights of the Knights Templar. It feels like it. I saw this matchup a lot, and it feels like Ottomans is a little bit ahead. But we're gonna see what happens. And so I mentioned House of Lancaster because I think this civilization can deal pretty well with the Ottomans. This is, I think, a good civilization, yeah, versus the Ottomans, and also versus the Templars. So basically, the Lancaster is 100% a very good civilization. And I'm quite surprised that the players didn't play this civilization on this map. It was not banned, and they didn't pick it. Maybe they don't know how to play this civilization. Maybe they don't like this civilization. I don't know. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Knights Templar here, trying to take the Wolf Den. We also have the Ottomans that does the same here. We only have 2 spearmen. Okay, we are massing spearmen here. Losing a little bit of health on those spearmen. We have... Oh, we don't have a lot of sheep. What? Why? We don't have that much sheep. Okay, those sheep are in the middle of the map. So this is something you kind of want to do also on this map. Like, your scout is doing this, and takes the wolf den here. Maybe it's interesting to also go a little bit more in the middle of the map, because there are some sheeps in the middle of the map. So you cannot take all the sheeps in the middle, of course, because you kind of want to have this wolf den in order to age up after that. But it can be interesting to go a little bit more here to delay a little bit the fact of having the wolf den, because you cannot age up directly, as you can see here. So it can be nice. There is a lot of ships in the middle, so it can be a real help in order to for the late game, of course, for the follow of the game. What follows after that? So we have enough here spearmen in order to deal with the ones of Starflark, and this is why Ottomans is nice also, because as your barracks cost only 90 of wood, sorry. You can have spearmen earlier too, and compared to the Knights Templar, it costs 150. So yeah, this is cool because you can have faster your spearmen and stuff. That's why the Ottomans is nice. But we don't manage to take down the barracks, and we are waiting a little bit in order to have the Twin Minaret Madrasa, in order to have your spearmen upgraded, and then we can take another fight. Also, what is very nice with the Ottomans, maybe I will disappear for you to see that, but as you can see here, we can have those imams in order to heal the spearmen. If you do take a lot of fights on the H1, you save your spearmen that are low HP, you take this one, and then you can heal your spearmen that are that lost a lot of health. And also you can put the imams that can heal in a area around them, so this is very nice. We forced a lot of spearmen from Starflark because we put a pressure on him, so he continued to produce a lot of spearmen. So this is quite nice, because after that, from Downfall, we can do some archers and stuff. So this is quite cool. We have the Kingdom of France, of course, in the Knights Templar. This is the only one I see in tournaments from the Knights Templar. I don't see any other H2 to be honest. Maybe the Hospitalier Knights can be okay-ish, but I don't think this is strong because of the mobility. The problem is the mobility of this unit. I mean, this is a man-at-arms, and this is like 1.12, I think, of mobility, so this is not that fast. This is quite surprising. He didn't click the hardened on those spearmen while he had a lot. Okay, he clicked now, so this is cool. We have the safe passage, and this is exactly what is very important with the Knights Templar. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Snowball in this game. This is the main stuff you have to understand, especially when you're playing the Knights Templar. The fact of having the map control allows you to have the deers, allows you to have the boar, the relics, maybe also the resources on the map, of course. But with the Templars, it's more important, even more, because if you have the control of the map, then your pilgrims can go to the sacred sites, and then you can have more resources than your opponent, even more. But if you don't, the problem is that you don't have the resources on the map, you don't have the boar, the relics, and the gold and stuff like this, but also you don't have the pilgrims. And if you don't have the pilgrims, then it's even harder for you to win the game. So Knights Templar is a very good civilization in order to understand exactly what it means to snowball in the game. Because if you don't have the snowball, then you lose with the Knights Templar. If you have the snowball, you win. You instant win. This is very, very important to understand that. So here, very good fight for Starflark. He had more units, but in destroyed value, it's pretty much the same. We managed to save those imams. This is very important. If you lose those imams, this is terrible for the Ottomans. So this is okay for downfall. I mean, this was not an insane fight, but if your imams are still alive, this is okay. We don't do any military school. This is a play that you can do. This is quite okay, especially on this map, because if you do your military school, the problem is that you lose the control of the map. And if you lose the control of the map, again, the Knights Templar can do their pilgrim, and if they can do their pilgrims, they can have more resources and stuff like this. So it's understandable of not doing those military school, and I think this is the best option that you have. And it's very, very important to still have the control of the map with the Ottomans versus the Knights Templar. And in general, versus the Knights Templar, you kind of want to avoid him to have the control of the map. In order to do the fact that his game would be very, very hard, of course. Because if he doesn't have his pilgrims, then he doesn't have more resources than you, and if you have more than him, then you win the game. That's basically the stuff on AoE 4, like, you have more resources, then you win. If you don't have as much resources as your opponent, then you lose. It's just that. And with the Knights Templar, it's very easy to understand. Because of the pilgrims, it's easy to understand because of the map control and stuff like this. So, basically, this is just enhanced because of the pilgrims, but you have to understand that this works exactly the same with all the civilizations, and this is why also civilizations like Abbasids and OOTD and stuff like this are not that strong today, because they cannot really take the control of the map. They are quite civilization that wants to do TCs and stuff and stay in their base and stuff like this, also English, for example. And the civilizations that can take the control of the map, take the deers and stuff, then they are better because they have the control of the map. They have more stuff. But again, this is more important with the Templars. And that's why it's difficult, because the Ottomans can have the control of the map. So here we have some knights in order to deal with the archers and stuff. But we have some Sipahis right now. Also, we have some spearmen. And we have something very, very interesting with the Ottomans is the Meter. So this is, I don't know how to pronounce it, so sorry if it's not accurate. Merter, I don't know exactly. So we can have +1 ranged armor. We can have also +2 melee armor, and we have 15% attack speed if you want. So you can choose what you pick. So this is very interesting because you have a lot of army on H2. You have your imams that can heal all your units, but you also have your Meter that can heal. That can boost all your units. And again, none of the pilgrims went to the sacred sites, so this is very, very cool for Downfall. This is exactly why Starflark is in trouble right now. We choose the sheeps here. This is also something that is very good with the Ottomans. You can stay a little bit in your base because you have the sheeps, as you can see here. So maybe I'm removing my camera so you can see the sheeps. So you have a lot of food that is safe under your TC. You have also your twin minaret madrasa, so you don't have to put your villagers out on the map, and the Knights Templar would have to go out faster than you, and then you can put pressure in order to avoid him to go out on the map, and then at this moment you kill him. Okay, so we take a pretty good fight here from Downfall, and the Sipahis are very nice on those archers. The spearmen were away, far away, so this is not cool for Starflark. We lost a lot of units. As you can see here, the destroyed value is very much in favor of Downfall. Be careful with those imams. They don't want to be sniped. They can heal a lot, those units in area. Be careful with those imams. They are behind. They are being killed. No, the imams are dead, and the Mehter too. Oh no, this is horrible here for Downfall, but he manages to take still a good fight. I mean, the meta is not that bad because you can produce another one, but the imams, you cannot do that on the H2 at least. You can do it on H3, but not on H2. Very interesting here. Starflark manages to take some villagers out and take the boar, and I don't think Downfall saw that. Maybe he did, because he moves with those units. Yeah, he did sow that. He did sow the villagers. But he has to be careful here because Starflark has a lot of army. This is the same army value. Be careful because the Knights Templar can produce a lot of units on the H2. And especially if they have the pilgrims, but it's not the case as we talked about before. But if they manage to have the pilgrims, then they can produce even more. So this is why you have to stop them. You have to play H2 when you are Ottomans. Yeah, you have to avoid these Templars to have this. This is gonna be difficult for Downfall if he doesn't manage to kill that. Help! Help, says the pilgrims, and the help comes, and the pilgrim is not dead. Yeah, he will die. He will die. The Sipahi is not happy with his pilgrimage. Yeah. And I mean, +1 armor is very cool also. +1 range armor is very, very nice. Especially when there is a lot of archers like this. This is very, very strong. I mean, on H2 fights, this is insane. We can kill those spearmen, snipe them. We have the attack speed right now. And as there is a lot of archers now, we can do the defense. The Sipahis deals very well with those knights, as I talked about before. And now this is over for Starflark. He loses everything because of those meter that boosts all these units. The Sipahis that destroys the archers. Yeah. And the pilgrims are all dead since the beginning of the game. And now the archers are going here. But we are telling to our opponent, hey, I have villagers here, you can attack me here. This is terrible to do that. We are directly saying to Downfall, hey, you can stop me from taking the boar. Like, I'm here. I mean, it would have been better to just lose those those archers and just not reveal the position here. Because now Starflark cannot defend that, and it's over. Losing 8 villagers like this is horrible, especially because he doesn't have any food left on his map except those berries. And the Ottoman has the control of the map, so he can take those deers and stuff like this. So this is terrible for Starflark right now. It feels over, especially with those with this army value. Oh, be careful, Downfall. You don't want to let those units die. Yeah, we have 10 villagers down. from Starflark. We are killing some units to downfall, I mean, but this is not enough, of course. Okay, we are killing the mill, but it's not that efficient. This is not the good monument to kill, the good building to kill. Yeah, the archers are still firing on this mill. Okay, we are taking the military camp. Also, this is something that you have to take into account. Like, if you put pressure on your opponent and you have his military camp, you are not only having 45 resources per minute, but you're also stealing it from your opponent, so he doesn't have 45. So this is a difference of 90 resources per minute. So this is very important to know. We don't have food left on our map from Starflark except those berries, but if this is lacking, then we have to do some farms or risk our villager on the map, and this is catastrophic, of course. We are taking this abandoned outpost, and very well played from Downfall here. This walls that manages to do not have the army of Starflark inside our base. And basically what Starflark is saying here is just, hey, if you attack me, I can use my cavalry in order to kill your villagers in your base. But Downfall is just like, okay, do so. I don't care. I don't care. I can just kill all your villagers while you cannot. You cannot. I can defend pretty easily because you don't have that much and I have a lot of army. Oh, okay, he falls back still. Because, oh, this is really well played from Starflark, I have to say. He has a lot of army right now, and the H3 of Downfall is nice, but this is exactly what Starflark needs to go back on this game right now, because he has exactly the same army as Downfall. So maybe this push can kill a lot of villagers to Downfall. At the same time, are you really willing to go under a TC right now when you have the same army as your opponent? I mean, you're gonna lose a lot, of course. So yeah, nice fight here. Kind of want to kill those spearmen in priority, because otherwise your Sipahis cannot take the fight. We are aging up, doing our archers and our Sipahis to veteran. Maybe we can take the fight, maybe not, I'm not sure. It's kind of difficult. We are using some archers here to do damage to the villagers of our opponent. We are using the knives here of the villagers to defend. Two Sipahis are here to attack maybe later. Using the TC in order to defend. Using pretty well the defense of the buildings. And maybe we can do some, yeah, we can do some knights, and this is gonna be cool. Knights, archers, maybe doing a barracks in order to defend. But yeah, this seems like Downfall will manage to defend, it feels like. But this H3 means this was a tough call. I mean, it could have been the death of Downfall. It's not, but it could have been. It was a good timing for Starflark to attack. Yeah, this is over. And yeah, the Ottomans, I mean, I think they have a very good matchup versus the Templars on this map. I don't know on other maps, but on this one especially, I think the Ottomans are quite ahead. So this is 2-1 for Downfall. So this is the first to 3 victories that wins the BO5. We will catch each other on the next one, guys. So on Twitch, we are going to go directly to the next game. On YouTube, this is going to be tomorrow. So don't hesitate to go and watch HAG, guys. Don't hesitate to like and subscribe, of course. And yeah, HAG, we are organizing a lot of events on AOE4. Don't hesitate also to go, especially on the Discord, because we will let you know exactly what are the events, if you can participate, also if you can register, and also if you want to see exactly what are the events, when they are going to happen and stuff like this. To watch it also, don't hesitate. This is going to be cool. We are going to do a lot of different stuff. See you in the next one. Bye.